What's up, y'all? So this is going to be a blind pick-a-pile reading, and it is going to be advice from Spirit on a situation in your life, and it's going to be 4 piles. Pile number 1, or Amethyst. Pile number 2, Lepodolite. Pile number 3, Shungite. And pile number 4, Quartz. Alright, so pile number 1, this is your pile. So Spirit, pile number 1 collective, we're going to do, for this first part, I'm using the Oshos and Tarot. So what is the situation? What is the situation? Actually, this was already flipped over. I'm gonna take it as a sign, but I ain't gonna take it as the first card. So Spirit, pile number 1, what is the situation? Alright. So a lot of you are going through a period of grieving right now. And okay, it's funny, I'm gonna take the card now because it's on the bottom and it was that card that I was talking about. A lot of y'all are going through a period of sorrow, of grief. I feel like some in the collective are definitely grieving, like literally. Others that have hit the wind of transformation. But then there are others that are grieving jobs. There are those that are grieving old versions of themselves. There are those that are grieving friendships that can't move forward and stuff like that. And during this time, it's been kind of hard to have the courage, okay? And it's been kind of hard to trust and let go and just surrender to what is happening, because life is happening and it's happening rapidly. It's happening wild. Now, Spirit, what does pile number 1 already know about this? Spirit, what does pile number 1 already know about this? What does pile number 1 not know about this? And that's crazy because that definitely came out in your Pirate Shuffle as well. What does pile number 1 not know about this situation? Alright, so there's a bunch of stuff you don't know. There's a few things that you are aware of, though. Okay, so what you already know is that, and this is crazy, this is the second time that success is on the bottom of the deck, but anyway, what you are already aware of is that I can say, oh, others are masking, right? But that's just human. But in this, I feel like it's really you. Like you putting on a brave face every day to go out, but you're really scared. You know what I'm saying? And you're already aware of that. You're already also aware that this is a period of rebirth. I feel like my collective is a very evolved collective. Like, y'all be knowing what's up. What you also are aware of is that the way you want to move, the things you want to do, it is taking a rebellious spirit, and it's going to require you to break chains that you know that you have limits and beliefs that are like holding you back from letting this stuff go. Even if it's grief of another, you know what I'm saying? You know that you have to break the chains of what you think you knew in order to really understand that this person or this situation is never separate from you, and everything is in alignment. So that's what you already do know. Now, what you are not seeing is that the more present you are, the more moment to moment you live, then the better you can see the support that you have around you. Like, you do have support around you. You do have those around you that you can collaborate with. You have those around you that can lighten the load. You have those around you that you can go to for advice. But there's a part of you that is used to suffering alone. It's like you don't want to share the feelings. You don't want to share what's going on. You don't want to. You have this fear, and then you also have some guilt. Like for those of us that are grieving, for those of y'all that picked pile number one that are grieving like actual people, there's some guilt there over things not said. There's some guilt there over false masks that were worn. But you don't even realize, I feel like you don't even realize like how much that guilt plays a part in your sorrow and in how you feel. What you're also not seeing is that you have all these walls up and like trying to say like it's some moral type of code to stick that you have to stick to. But let me tell you something, life is very insecure and you don't have to stick to nothing. You don't have to stick to anything anytime. You don't. And when you go into the knowledge of that, especially when you go into silence and you like if you sit with a person and all you could think of is like this big moral compass and all these judgments, then you really haven't dealt with the shit in your own mind and you really haven't dealt with your own self. I'm gonna be real honest with you, because when we've dealt with ourselves, we can look at others with compassion. We don't have this morale compass that's hardened walls. You know what I'm saying? We like to say, oh, my morals, my morals, my morals. But really our morals be really a shield to letting shit in and to letting love in and to letting others in. But anyway, what you're not seeing is that you are tapped into source at all times. And Spirit wants me to kind of emphasize that. Like, you're never separate from anything. So get this stuff off your back. There's also this energy of like carrying around a lot of shit. Like there's this energy of like you trying to do this, you trying to do that, you trying to do this, you trying to do that. Baby love. If you're grieving, or if you are, you know what I'm saying? Like give yourself space to feel emotions. You don't have to do everything at one time. And again, that's the false mask. That's saying everything is alright while you know everything is really fucking all over the place. Spirit, what are some things that pile number one needs to do in order to move forward in this situation? And I really want to say success because it just keeps coming up. It's like, yo, you don't even dig how what you're going through right now, this cycle is pushing you into a more successful cycle, but you have to just feel it, man. And you have to trust that as you grieve and as you shift and as you transform, that you'll be supported through that. For those of you that are grieving like old parts of you or even old friendships or jobs, things of that nature, know that as you step out into the new roles, as you step out into new friendships and new partnerships, that you are definitely supported. You are absolutely supported. And Spirit, what's some steps that pile number, and as I'm seeing the 888, what's some steps that pile number one can take? Spirit, what are some steps that pile number one can take? Okay. So again, with this, like before it was morality, now it's control. Like Spirit really wants you to let down your walls. It's time to get super vulnerable. Like you feel like anybody that has the Osho's and tarot card, they know that the outsider card, the little boy, is standing outside of the gate, and even though you can't see his face, you can feel the energy from the card. It's like he's so sad, you know, he can't get beyond the gate. But the whole time the lock is unlocked, and if he just ever was to really look around and really be present in his moment to moment, he'll see that he can go wherever he would like, and he can be free, and there are no walls. And Spirit really wants you to see that. Spirit really wants you to tap into the source within you when, it comes to your healing. Spirit wants you to focus on healing your heart, your solar plexus, and your third eye, but really lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of emphasis on your heart. I feel like this part of the collective have stood on stability for a long time, very strong root chakra for a long time, and a lot of that is being shaken up for those that are losing jobs. And then moving y'all into a space of really balancing your solar plexus, right? So it's really about this. Listen, the root is strong and healthy, and it will survive. It will be okay, because I feel like this group number one, the root chakra is pretty strong. I feel it. But it may be wavering right now. But the thing is that Spirit really wants you to heal your heart, heal your mind, heal your sight. What am I seeing? What am I experiencing? For like people that's friendships and jobs and stuff like that, like a lot of times we don't see the fact that situations are really meant to propel us forward, in spaces that we would have remained complacent. So this pile number one, I'm feeling like the energy of that heavily, like a lot of what I want to say, not boomers. What's the next guys? The Gen, I don't know, my parents' generation, but a lot of the parents right now are going through like extremes amount of healing. This feels like that generation's pile. I mean, like upper 40s, 50s. I mean, this feels like y'all like have courage, trust, surrender, be the flower, grow through the concrete, heal. You know, get out of your mind. It's all the guilt and shit. It's just in your mind. Lots of situations, people don't already forgive you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some of y'all not even forgiving yourselves. Look, and then on the bottom of the deck, the mind card. And it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. The mind card in this deck is a mess, yo. Her mind is all over the place, and you can drop that. A lot of the stuff that this pile is holding has a lot to do with past life, present power stuff, a lot about healing your lineage, healing your family line, cycles of change. You know what I'm saying? You in look, 10-10, you in cycles right now. You're in a cycle, so you have to like be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, can we get the outcome if pile number one follows the steps to be vulnerable, drop control, heal, seek outside support, seek inner support, right, by tapping into the inner creator. And that doesn't mean that has to be done alone, right? Like, yoga is a practice for yourself, but you can sit in a room full of people and do yoga. Meditation, prayer, these things, they're practices for yourself. You know, the gym is a practice for yourself, but you can do it amongst others. So, Spirit, look at these beautiful ass outcomes. New beginnings with the Fool. Come on, rebirth energy. Beyond illusion, seeing beyond. And then there's also Hierophant energy, you feel what I'm saying? Experiencing in schizophrenia, like you really gonna if you take the time to release control, get vulnerable, heal your heart, what you're going to be experiencing is something so different. Like, you may be the type to look at people that hug trees and be like, what? But like, I want you to stop this week and like spend some time with a tree, like have reverence for the tree, experience the tree in that present moment, be one with it, caress its flowers, feel its energy. Trees can give you information about the world that nothing else could, because they're connected to everything in the world in such a way that it's truly phenomenal. And actually, we're connected in that way as well, but through everything. You know what I mean? Like, we sometimes we lose that. So Spirit wants you to really get back into that. Like, as you heal, you will start to experience life on this level. As you heal, you will start to see the new beginnings. You'll be above the clouds. You'll be able to jump and realize that every time you jump, you are beyond the clouds. So every time you jump, you just still end up in the clouds. You're going to be strengthening your third eye, being able to really see. You know what I mean? Periods of study, different things like this. So, Spirit, what else would you like to say to pile number one? Spirit, what else would you like to say to pile number one? Listen, this is what I'm saying. This energy is tough right now, but it's because you are leaving behind an old version of yourself and really elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are definitely ending and new beginnings are on the horizon, and you deserve that. Spirit wants you to just keep on fortifying yourself. Be very self-aware. Self-awareness is key. Take the time to go within and spend time with your own self. Spirit wants a lot of y'all to get out into nature. Like, this flower is really going from concrete. How you gonna grow if you don't go? Like, meditate, listen to your favorite music. This is like the third time this week that a message of music has come up. So like, y'all, it's music out there that's beautiful and high vibrational that you can listen to. Like, seriously. Like, I can name people right now. So we got Free Soul, we got Lava God, we got Bree Jones, we got Tony Jones, we got you get what I'm saying? It's out there. We got Gayaranthi Krishnan, Fire, OD Fire, we got Coax Marie. So do that, and like, do that on a day-to-day basis. Like, even if you have to start slow, like, write on a sheet of paper one thing that you'll do today that fulfills you, like, that connects you with yourself, that doesn't make you overstimulated, that really brings you to a state of peace. Okay? Listen, let me tell you another thing too, because I'm telling you, a lot of this power is grieving, like jobs and stuff like that. When a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to force it open. It's closed for a reason. You're really being redirected into something that's so much bigger and better than you can ever imagine, that you have to realize that endings are a part of the cycle of life, and they make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. Pound number 1. I really want to say that's it, because that really was a beautiful message for real. Let's get a timing card since new beginnings. Let's see when a new beginning is coming forth and in what area of life. So Spirit, we're gonna see what because all these new beginnings is coming up for Power 1. What is the new beginning coming up for Power 1? What is the new beginning coming up for Power 1? What is a new beginning coming up for Power 1? Ooh, Power 1. And listen, I have a super feeling. I know the souls that are going to pick Power 1. And I know y'all by your name. So crazy. Power 1, the new beginning that's coming is requiring you to be of service to humanity with humility. I'm talking about Messiah energy. Okay? What's the new beginning that's coming for you is requiring you to look at everything from a childlike, magical state. It is seeing the potential and beauty in all things. It is seeing a box and it being a spaceship, and a movie theater, and a car, and a tunnel, and a fort. This is that energy. This is the new beginning that's coming in for you. You're gonna have to believe that miracles and everything is possible. What you want to be aware of is having the belief that you can only succeed one type of way, or only one cause, like only one cause is in which you can succeed, or something like that. You also want to be aware of depression, pessimism, and you want to just ensure that, listen, I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm about to say. Somebody wrote on the internet, oh, all y'all witches, but ain't nobody winning the lottery. And I was like, no, or all these witches and wizards working at Walmart. And I was like, yo, what it really is that powerful beings are still walking around that don't believe in miracles. They don't believe in luck. They don't believe in the infinite possibilities that there are. And so that is the new beginning that's coming in for you, and that's what's required of you. So you have to believe that energy and action are required for growth. Like, you got to be doing everything. Like, pause, because I don't want you to be out here trying to think you could do everything. I'm just saying, you got to believe, and then you got to put that belief into whatever it is that you want. So, Spirit, what is this new beginning? Timing on this new beginning. I'm already seeing like Alpha and Omega energy, which is your free choice at any day, anytime this is happening for you. It's just all about you and what you actualizing in your life and what you're ready for. But this new chapter, it's coming in for you. Release control. Spirit got you. Spirit got your back. You're not going to fall. Listen, I didn't even speak about this. I spoke about this on like a calm level, but not really. Listen, the miser be trying to just hold everything. The miser be trying to hold everything. But you have to invest in yourself. You have to be free. You have to know that everything you give, you get back. You have to believe it deeply. And this is quick, fast moving energy. This joint don't even got a month, time, but date. This should say Friday. Also has the number 6 on it. Finalize what you're trying to do and let go. Spirit wants you to release to the ethers. You're going to be taken care of. Pile number 1. Okay. All right. Listen, y'all. Pile number 1. There's a grab a void code for activating your true potential. There's also grab a void codes for manifestation and all types of different things. So like, you're gonna be fine. Do not fret. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. All right, pile and number 2. All right, Spirit, this is pile number 2 that we're turning into now. So we're going to clear the energy of pile number 1, please. And this is going to be for the collective pile number 2. We're getting advice on a situation in their life. So, Spirit, what is the situation for the pile number 2 collective that wants to show itself? All right, so pile number 2, you guys are feeling like you're left out. You're feeling like, where is my spirit family? Where's my soul tribe? What is going on? You feeling like people are being ripped out of your life with an intensity, okay? Listen, you feeling wild. I understand. In a lot of ways, you're feeling like an outsider. Before we even get deep, I just want you to know that, and this is crazy, if you felt in any way like you wanted to say pile 1, I just check it out. The outsider be feeling like they can't get in. The outsider be feeling like everything is closed off to them. But what they don't see is that even though the doors are closed, the gates are closed, the lock is unlocked. They have the people, but they just don't feel like it. So, Spirit, what does pile number 2 already know about this? What is pile number 2 consciously aware of in this situation? What is pile number 2 consciously aware of in this situation? Okay, so 1, I'm hearing you working yourself to the point of exhaustion. Suppression of feelings. So you're already aware that you're already aware of what's going on. Like, you know you're losing people. You know what I'm saying? You know that. You're also aware that you need time to relax and you need time alone. You're also aware that you be suppressing your feelings around things. You're also aware that you be wearing an armor which doesn't really allow a lot of people to get in. You're also aware that sometimes you may see things from a very childlike state, and a lot of times that's the most amazing thing, right? We want to see things in a childlike state, but sometimes, right, children have temper tantrums and stuff. So sometimes when we see stuff from a childlike state, we're seeing it from like an inner child hurt. We're seeing it from a place of like, my inner child remembers this and I'm hurt. So, I'm sorry. Whew. I was just like all the way over there with it. You're also aware that you are on a growth journey. You're also aware that there is a cycle completing. And so I feel like this pile is very weird. Like, you know what's going on, but you just, I feel like you're just here for some relief. So we're going to get there, because this is what you already know. So we're going to get into what you don't know and some steps to take. Okay, so Spirit, what is pile number 2 not consciously aware of? What does pile number 2 need to see today, Spirit? What does pile number 2 need to be aware of? And look, this several cards came out in pile number 1, and these are a bunch of cards. So if you was drawn to pile number 1, pile number 2, I would definitely slide over there. Yes, because yeah, this reading is looking like you might get a lot of information from there. So Spirit, what is pile number 2 unconsciously? What is pile number 2 unconscious of? What are they not aware of? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so child, so much things. So one, what you're not aware of is you have to let down your walls. Like, you have to let down your walls. Like, you know you have an armor on, but what I don't think you understand is that nobody can't get in. Like, the same way nobody can hurt you, nobody can't get in to love you neither. How can they mend a wound or love you or hug you or hold you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to release control into when it comes to your connections and your relations or whatever the space it is in which you feel outside of. Right? I just want to make that clear because this is a collective read. This could be in a relationship. This could be in family. This could be in work. But I'm just feeling like you just feel like an outsider, bro. Like, but you don't realize you have so much boundaries. You also cheat with it. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, if you want to go to powder, we'll go to powder or what. But you being stingy with the love. How you going to be stingy with... You know what? There's 2 messages. Because I don't even want to be like... I'm not even going to do y'all like that. There's definitely 2 messages, my boy. Some of y'all have been so given that now you're afraid. And I understand that, yo. But let me tell y'all something about connection. Love is not a physical anything. Anybody that ever listens to any of my stuff know I always say that love is not apples. You don't have 8 and then you give 5 away, so now you have 3. Love is the one thing on the planet that the more you give it, the more it grows. So we should be searching for more ways to love and less ways to not love. So be really a spendthrift when it comes to love. Be really a giver of love. And let me tell you something. My best friend used to get so mad at me because we was talking about a situation and I would be like, yo, like, she would say, oh, like, this person used me, whatever the case may be, or, oh, this situation happened and I got used because of it. And even, you know, I've been in that victim mentality. Many of us have. But my thing is that what you give freely can't nobody use. So if you giving of your own volition, how are they using you? So if I'm giving you love because that's what I want to do, then you cannot use me. We feel used because we have an expectation and we expect reciprocity. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But again, I feel like my collective is a little higher embodiment, so y'all know I'm going to come at y'all with the unconditional love. Be really a spendthrift, y'all. Be really a spendthrift when it comes to love, y'all. Give it. And let me tell you something. Because friendliness comes up here with in the trees, given to one another. They connect with one another. Trees that's a million miles away still connected. This is a message. I'm telling you, there's a message in there. Like, you got people all over. You got people that can connect with you. But be willing to give of yourself. And this does not mean you have to give money or physical things, but be willing to give of your heart. I feel like you be in your own mind about this shit. Sometimes we get in our own mind about stuff. Sometimes we get in our own mind about the daily stresses of the world. Sometimes you don't want to share your daily stresses because you feel like, oh, this is going to be too much for this person. Let me give you a secret. All you got to do when you want somebody to be there for you is ask if they can hold space. And if they say no, then ask another person. That does not mean that they can't never do it. It's just in that moment they can't. And then you'll really you'll create opportunities in which people are willing to hold that space for you. So really let people in. Tell them what you got going on. Listen, Spirit also says go ahead and get outside. Like, dance in the rain, get happy. You'll meet your tribe when you outside. Like, I was just saying in the comment, like somebody was saying, oh, y'all keep saying that people shouldn't meet people at bars. We all been to bars. But it's like, yeah, but if you want to meet somebody that's into yoga, you might meet somebody that's into yoga at a bar. Absolutely, you might. But you definitely going to meet somebody that's open to, you definitely going to meet somebody that's into or at least willing, open to yoga if you go to yoga. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you will meet somebody that's most likely into museums if you go to a museum. Spirit wants you to get outside. You want to meet hikers? Go on a hiking trail. Be a bunch of people hiking by themselves. Be like, what's up? Spirit wants you to get outside. Like, drop all the stresses of the daily life and take your ass outside. Dance in the rain. And to be honest with you, you might got a couple of people that you could do that with right now. Spirit also wants you to open yourself up. So the same way I'm like, be a spendthrift with love, as you be a spendthrift with love, be open and receiving and receptive of that same love. Be open to the blessings and the pouring and the love that is going to come. It's going to automatically come because you're going to automatically be embodying. So it's really not a worry. You could give to a bum on the corner. That does not mean your blessing is coming from the bum on the corner. Your blessing going to come from somewhere else. That's the same thing. Give love. You may not receive romantic love in every aspect. That doesn't matter. You're going to receive it where you need to. Be a giver. And then open up your heart and really receive, because Spirit wants to pour into you as much as you would like. As much as you would like. Spirit wants to send you the tribe. Spirit wants, but you got to get outside. Listen, the message of energy and action been all week. I mean, you got to do the thing too. And this Spirit, listen, if you was called to power number 1, get in that power, because the same message I'm going to tell you. Hug a tree. Get out there, hug the damn trees. Live moment to moment. All right. So yeah, that's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing that you ain't open. You're not seeing that you just tight right now, bro. You scared right now, bro. And you know, you like suppressing your shit. But listen, you don't gotta do that, bro. You have support. Spirit, what is some things that power number 2 can do? Steps, actions, and behaviors to actualize the new reality. Yo, everybody's in completions of cycles. You have all the 10s on the board right now. All the 10s on the board. So Spirit, what can power number 2 do? What can power number do to? Yeah, I got a lot going on, my G's. All right. I'm going to just go by one by one. So, because I like this. These are actually telling me a little story. So, power number 2, get out of the mind. Because the mind can only project what it already knows. Spirit wants you to get into the heart, get into the soul, get into the love, get into the higher self. The higher self knows that nobody is doing nothing wrong. The higher self knows that everybody is a mirror here to grow us. And so when we're projecting, when we're saying, oh, this person is not going to be here and they da-da-da-da-da-da-da, is that the truth? Or is that the reality that you are projecting because XYZ happened in the past? This person didn't show up in the past. Your dad did this. This person did that. Drop it. Spirit wants you to become very aware. There are systems that you can actually learn to strengthen. How do you know, like, who is, if you're projecting or if it's the higher self? One of the systems I use, and y'all could link some links in the comments, is Up-Level Communication. It's magnificent. I will be hosting a workshop soon, so look out for that. Spirit wants you to, again, if you was called the power number 1, go ahead and watch it. Spirit wants you to balance your heart. Spirit wants you to come into harmony and balance. And another 10 on the board. It's just 10s across the board. Listen, some of y'all might want to go hit the water. If you have the capacity to go swim with dolphins, go do it. Spirit wants you to stop taking everybody's weights and burdens onto your back. You'll be like the straggler while the priests and the princes and everybody doing all good, and you just scraggling. You ain't got nothing left because you carrying everybody on your back. Drop it. Look, another 10. Step into this rebirth energy. Listen, the message for this rebirth energy is that many times people, we be camels. We just be going along, and then we find out that shit is crazy and we turn into a lion. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Many of us turn into lions. Many of us don't even go there, right? Many of us stay the camel. But the energy that you're being asked to step into is the energy of the child. So yes, get mad at all the lies that they told. But then rebirth yourself into the new energy. How do you move? What can you do? Now that you know the truth, how do you change? This is a flowering of your being. Spirit wants you to, if you've been thinking about getting into plants, y'all, I was talking about the trees earlier, now flowering, start nurturing something. When you start nurturing stuff, you'll start to see where you need to nurture yourself. And then you can nurture others. But you can't do that trying to have all these people on your back. and all these situations on your back. Spirit wants you to start integrating your lessons. Sometimes something might happen, we get it off our chest, we cry, we think it's so, that's it. Baby, that ain't it. That ain't it. Integrate. It's tools for integration, and Spirit really, 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 really wants you to look into some of that. I'm telling y'all, there's so much tools out here. Listen, Spirit wants you to also, this is the same thing over and over, same message that I'm seeing. Drop the conditioning, drop the ego. You can be successful. You got to believe it. You can have the circle that you want. You can have the support that you want. Spirit wants you to release and let go. If you've been drawing a pound number 1, just go ahead and watch it. Spirit, what's the outcome for pound number 2? Giving they do what needs to be done. Integrate their lessons. Processing. You know what I mean? Therapists be saying process your shit, and they don't give you no tools, y'all. It's, listen, 3-way mirror, lacing, yoga nidra, visual meditation, EFT, PSYCH-K, processing. Let the ego's conditioning come up. Like, a lot of people won't tell you that. A lot of people will act like the animal's so bad. But, like, if you witness somebody animal, that is so impactful, and they're actually able to make changes after that. But if the animal is never witnessed, we wonder why people be talking about the same situation over and over, because they never was fully witnessed and they never got a true soothing. So be mindful of that and really get your shit off. Rage room, whatever you need to do. Spirit, what's the outcome? Okay. The outcome, pound number 2, is that you really will be emptying out everything you thought you knew in order to become everything that you are and who you meant to be. You're going to be tapping into source energy if you move into the energy of really healing that heart space. Really studying. There's so many systems of conscious, subconscious, superconscious, animal, ego, higher self. You know what I mean? Mind, body, spirit. They're these things, and so really, really address that, because the outcome of addressing that is that you'll be moving into a space where you're not compromising and you're not wanting anybody else to compromise, because you're going to be able to see the truth. You know, it took a minute for me to get to where this message is, but like, it's so clear. And go to pound number 1 if it called to you, because this is past life, present power as well. You don't even understand that when you're in situations and you're able to see past the ego's conditioning, you heal so much energy for all those involved. And I could give 1,000 examples, but I just lived the biggest one. And I sat in my car the other day just really crying, because on a 3D level, humans would be so upset at this situation I just went through, and they can never forgive, and they would feel so betrayed. But all I could do is cry, because I feel just so activated into the depths of love and unconditional love and forgiveness. But that's because I took the time out to address what is the truth and what is my ego's perception. What is really happening? What is on the surface, and what are the things that I cannot see? And we have to trust those things. We have to trust God in the moments. But it took a lot of addressing. It took years of addressing my ego in situations. It took years of processing. And it's still an everyday work, right? It took time. And it takes time of integrating my lessons. It takes time of addressing my stuff. And then I had to really believe in myself. I had to let go of everything I thought I knew. Time and time again. And so that is what it's like, yo. But because if I don't have to compromise my authentic being moves with love. I don't need to compromise that, because I can see the truth in situations. Nobody's doing nothing to me. And really, it's much gratitude for those that come to show me my lessons. So anyway, Spirit, what? Let's get just a message just from Spirit. Spirit, can we get a message for pound number 2? I'll just take it like that, because I feel like I'm going on and on. And we go on and on and on. And it's funny because the card that fell out is keep moving forward. Even if you are unsure of the next step or where it may take you, trust that you are walking the path you are meant to walk. Remember, that spirit is walking it with you. So trust yourself. I'm telling you, y'all. Let go, baby. Surrender. I don't even know what the fuck I'm about to do next week. But I just know that I'm moving forward. And then I just trust wholeheartedly. Spirit done got me. What's that song? Wait, you said don't believe. He brought me this far to leave me. And I mean, shoot, if it's Mother Gaia, replace it with a she. If you know what I mean? If you on some pronoun shit, they can't believe they brought me this far. Whatever. You was not brought this far to be left, baby. You came out of a whole nutsack and ovaries. And now a lot of y'all is well enough in age listening to this. So you made it pretty damn far. You feel me? Now I get a time of course. See what so get your ass outside. I feel like pound number 2, you don't really need that, but I will pull a joint that says when is a good time for you to get outside. Okay. You know what? I will pull this. What? Because you need to go outside. What energy do you need to embody while you hitting the streets? Because pound number 2, hit the streets. You're going to find your people. You got to get outside. And if you a social media type person, find them groups. Get involved. Do what you got to do. Spirit, what is the energy that pound number 2 needs to embody as they connect more with their soul tribe? I'm telling you, if you was drawn, listen, this deck right here has 200 and something cards. Like this deck, I did not shuffle this deck at all during this whole pound number 2 reading. I just shuffled it. It's 200 something cards. The same card came out for pound number 1. So if you was called the pound number 1, I'm telling you, go over there. Okay. You're being asked to see infinite possibilities. You're being asked to believe in miracles. You're being asked to know that everything is possible and to see the sacred beauty. You're also being asked to, as you get out and listen, pound number 2, do not get out here and be romantically delusional. Just because we feel deep love does not mean that everybody has to be our boyfriend, girlfriend, partner. And don't be trying to have no allegiances to people you don't need to. You could drop that. That's why the people was leaving your life anyway. That was just a shadow warning a little bit. Make sure you not out here being pessimistic. I'm telling you, work on projections, work on what your ego perceives out of stuff. Spirit, when is a good time for pound number 2 to get their behinds outside? They need to go outside. Look, one day and 1 week, it is almost, listen, get your asses outside. Hold on a minute, y'all. Spirit, pound number 2, when do they need to get outside? Look, Wednesday. Wednesday, wear yellow. Let me stop. Number 4, significant. And then with times of life, you reflect the world. The world reflects you. I'm telling you, go out there with positive thoughts of me and your soul tribe, and it's going to happen. I promise you. And that is it for pound number 2, Z. Amaya, what's up with the dishes? All right, Spirit, pound number 3. You get the light? Spirit, pound number 3. Where you going? Spirit, pound number 3. Can we get, what is this about? Advice from Spirit on an issue. What is this about for pound number 3, Spirit? What is this about for pound number 3, Spirit? All right, pound number 3, you got some heart healing that needs to be happening, and it's in alignment with the cyclic change. And this is something that this heart healing that you going through, It may be a situation where you just compromised who you was, or you felt like you compromised who you was. You poured a lot. You was down for the team. You was riding the holding hands. Very different from pound number 1 and 2, child. Very different energy, I'm feeling. So this is about your heart healing. So what do you already know about this? Spirit, what is pound number 3 already consciously aware of with this situation? Yeah, you tired, child. You is tired, child. I know. Maybe you've always compromised parts of yourself for others, for the world. Child, you is exhausted. If you holding back tears, you already know you need to let it go. You need to cry. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You feeling guilty. Oh my God. You out here with a mask on. You out here acting like everything okay all the time. You already know that your heart is heavy. You want to heal this though. You already know that if you... I'm going to give these messages, but this is what you're consciously aware of. But I'm going to give these messages anyway because I think that they're really important. You are aware that you're in isolation. And what I tell people often is that a lot of times we confuse isolation for some type of healing. And when I say that, I mean, oh, kids don't trigger me. Kids don't trigger me. But I'm never around kids. As soon as I get around kids, sit your behind down. Am I really healed or was I just isolated? The other message of the isolation is that, baby, if we don't cry, if we don't let that out, then that hard ass ice, it stays hardened. It does not soften. You know what I'm saying? Check your hips. Are you stiff? It's that, and you know it. You know that you've been outside putting on this happy ass face instead of feeling these feelings. You're not experiencing this heartbreak or this sorrow or this betrayal or whatever. I don't even know what it is. It's just coming like this, y'all, because really the cards is just very general. But this is just how I'm feeling about it. It's time to feel. It's time to go into this with totality. You afraid? you don't want to go in a dark place, and I feel that. But it's time, and you also know that in order to heal, you need to go in that place because you need to get these chains off you, and you need to get out of your head. And this is what you already know. So I don't want to like hound you with that, but I still want to give you what that was about. Now this is what you need to know coming. So Spirit, pound number 3, what are they not aware of? Spirit, what is pound number 3 not aware of? Spirit, what is pound number 3 not aware of? Spirit, what is pound number 3 not aware of? Okay, I guess that's clear and cut. That this is a transformation you're going through. I mean, that's always that. Now, I haven't been taking no reversals, but the suppression card came up in super reverse, so I'm going to read that in 2 ways. What I'm going to read that as is you don't know that you're suppressing, right? You don't know and like you need to. Or you don't know that you've been going off the handle. I don't know if you had spazzed on this person or whatever the case may be. That may be for 1 or 2 people. But somebody in the collective went off the handle. And then there are others in the collective that are holding in everything. Child. That's crazy because I thought this card was at the bottom of the deck. I did not know that this card was here. Pound number 3. If you felt called to pound number 2, then I'll go read the message. Which you're not seeing is the ego projecting. Now, either you're not seeing that it's being projected on you and that's why shit is happening, or you're not seeing that you projecting and that's why stuff is happening. But in all cases, we're always projecting whatever we believe about stuff. So Spirit wants you to really take a look at that. When you're in a situation and you telling somebody that you care about and that you know they care about you, that oh, you never listen, but yet this person be listening, actually listening to you sometime, but really your dad never listened. You feel what I'm saying? Spirit wants you to look at that energy. So I say go look at pile number 2, because that's that animal ego, higher self intelligence. Is this really what's happening, or this is my subconscious programming interpreting the situation? What you also not seeing is that, baby love, you need others around you. You need friends, you need support. You need that. You need a space in which that you can share what is going on. You need a space in which you can share your heart. You need a space in which you can share everything. Because right now we talking about this sadness and these different things, but baby, like when times are great, you want to have that space to share. Get you some friends. That's what you're not seeing, child. You're not seeing that you need to like open up your heart. Spirit, what are some actions, behaviors, steps to actualize this heart healing for pile number 3? Spirit, what is some actions, behaviors, steps for pile number 3? Let go of the past, child. This lady mind got so much damn things in the picture. Let go of the past, child. Let it go. Let it go. Again, with group participation, you need people. You can't even do this alone. You don't have to. And there are people that are willing to assist if you just take that time to open yourself up to friendships. Open yourself up to support and to others. It does not always have to be like a romantic situation or anything. You have friends. You also have gifts that you can tap into that can help you heal, like art, like music, like sports for somebody with this group card here. Spirit really wants you to tap into your creativity. Also, Spirit wants you to look past the illusion. Look past the illusion of what is happening within the situation. Like, yeah, that happened, but the truth is what it's meant to show you. What happened is a lie. What happened is what happened. But the truth is what the situation was meant to show you. So Spirit really wants you to look at that. Don't be deceived by the illusion. Take from the story and really heal yourself. Spirit wants you to, of course, this is coming up for everybody. Get your ass outside. I see the trees. I see the flowers. I see the green grass. Get outside, yo. I hear for some people, you can go pick flowers. I hear for some people, go into a meadow. Yeah. Spirit also wants you to address your conditioning. Spirit wants you to really look at the way you are looking at these friendships and these people in your life. Are you saying that this person doesn't love or care about you because what you were taught is that if a person loves or care about you, y'all would speak every day? But maybe this person is not a person that speaks every day. Know that talking every day is a conditioning, right? Everything we believe is a conditioning. So Spirit really wants you to address that, because you sitting here and you hurting, and Spirit wants you to heal. And a part of that healing is addressing all the ways in which we play a role in our own pain and hurt as well. And a lot of that has to do with our ego's perception of what is happening. So Spirit wants you to really take a look at that. Spirit also wants you to stop trying to juggle everything at once. Like I said before, you are exhausted, and Spirit wants you to go into your heart healing with totality. You can't bypass it. You can't say, well, I talked about it, so I'm good. Like, a lot of people be wanting to cry and don't cry. Like, Spirit is saying, like, get it the fuck on out. Get it out. And it's okay. Like, you have people around you that can hold space for your tears. You have people around you that love you. And so, listen, you compromised your ideals, and that's what happened. But now it's time to drop all that, because that situation really happened to show you, to grow you, and to move you into a more creative space into which you doing what you would like. Pile number 3. So Spirit, what is the outcome for pile number 3 if they take these beautiful steps of getting creative, letting go of the past, taking their ass outside, and getting group support, and allowing friendships and stuff, and allowing people in, and crying, because that came up like 3 times. Look, and I said transformation at the top of the joint. If you rewind it just like 4 minutes ago, I said the transformation part was right there, and it came out. You are growing in such exponential ways. Like your psychic intuition is growing, your inner guidance is growing. You're even going to be moving into a space of maybe you sharing that guidance, like you helping people. There's another outcome of things being taken care of because you're pouring into yourself and not worried about the past or what had happened. You also going to be coming into a deeper understanding, and you're going to be learning to trust yourself and others more, because you're going to trust yourself so much that you're going to just accept where others is at because you knew from the beginning. All right, I ain't even mad. I knew that. Now I trust my intuition more. You feel me? So Spirit, let's get just a spirit message for pile number 3. Listen, if you was drawn to pile number 2, pile number 3, just go ahead and check it out, because it's that same energy of, yo, even if you do not know what the fuck you're doing tomorrow, keep moving forward, because what is coming for you is so much bigger than you can imagine. So it looks crazy right now, and you can't you can't see nothing past what's going on. But guess what? You have to trust that you are walking the path, because God is walking it with you. Like you wouldn't, yo, you wouldn't have made it out the ball sack. You know what I'm saying? Without spirit, you wouldn't have made it to the. You made 100% of your worst days without knowing nothing. So now you actually a more fortified person. You actually know a little bit more. And so Spirit is just asking you to trust that walk. And Spirit is also saying, don't pressure yourself. You're in a sweet spot. You're not moving slow. You are in a spot where you are taking care of yourself and still working towards your goals. There's no such thing as being behind. And Spirit really wants you to know that. Spirit really wants you to, I'm telling you, if you have the support to just sit down and heal for a second, take it. Because Spirit wants you to go into that energy in totality. You're going to come out a whole different human. So, I'm going to pull a timing card. And before I pull a timing card, I'm going to ask, what energy do you need to be embodying as you move forward into this unknown space of what the hell is going on? And I'm going to trust. Look, and this is going to sound crazy, but the damsel know that listen, I'm in distress. I need help. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be tough. You ain't got to be tough right now. You can let it out. Because the damsel, the positive things about the damsel is that the damsel inspires us to rely on the support. The damsel inspires us to trust that the universe, everything's going to be taken care of. But the thing about the damsel that you want to make sure you don't do is just wait around. Because sometimes they wait for the night to save them, and that's not what this is about. This is about you just taking time to nurture yourself and know that you have the support. Look, and then you got the empty card. Yo, everything is open to you. You could really have anything. So this is what I said at the beginning. This is the energy of emptying yourself out of everything you've known to really become everything you came here to be. Spirit also wants you to tap into the energy of the engineer. And the engineer has one of the greatest abilities to create stuff. They have talent for designing resolutions to crazy situations. And so Spirit is asking you to tap into that energy. You have resolutions within you for the craziest situation, but just be open to that. Be open to little messages, little clues. Somebody in the street might say something like, oh, you ever heard of this? And then you Google it and it's something that you're really interested in. Like, listen to that. The engineer be on that, like 011200, and then they get the number and then they program in the computer. Like, they be on it. So it's like that. But you also don't want to just rely on your mechanisms and step over your emotions, which this whole reading was about, is you taking the time to heal. Take that time. It's all freaking good. Now, Spirit, I guess we have a timing card. I feel like pile 3, y'all don't really have a timing, so I'm not going to pull no timing for y'all. But if you in pile number 2, you might have a timing if you felt drawn to pile number 2 and 3. And so that is it for pile number 3. Thank you, thank you. And then last but not least, Spirit, what is some advice for a situation for pile number 4 that they're going through? Spirit, we are going to be taking a look at the collective. Pile number 4. What is the situation, Spirit? Spirit, what is the situation for pile number 4? I want to say y'all doing too much. Not y'all. The cards was doing too much. But I'm already seeing like a block in creativity. It's funny because I had said in another one that I haven't been taking like reversals. But I am like taking them in some instances because they just popping out clear as day. So pile number 4, y'all look like y'all got the wildest energy, to be honest. I'm just saying. I see a lot of blocks here. I see like crazy moment of like shit happening, and by shit happening I mean like tower moment, like people falling out of your life, places falling out of your life. I feel like if you was Quartz power number 1, that might be a power for you. But I'm also seeing you feeling afraid. You're not really that happy. This is tough. This is making me feel hella sad. I feel like in some type of way you feel blocked from source. I feel like even some of y'all questioning like, why am I here? Like, why am I even here? Like questioning your whole existence. That's crazy. Pile number 4, what is pile number 4 consciously aware of now? With the consciously aware, like I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, but because y'all consciously aware of it, I'm just gonna glaze. We really gonna dig deep when I see what y'all don't see. So pile number 4, what is pile number 4 already aware of? What is pile number 4 already aware of? What is pile number 4 already aware of? All right, so you're already aware that you're afraid to jump. You're afraid to let go. You know that you need to let go, but you're afraid. You also, you feel like you gotta leave. You feel like you gotta up and move. Or maybe you do have to move, and that's why, with the 8-8 child, maybe you do have to move, and that's why you're like, damn, I'm scared of shit. And this is like even big move energy, like with the traveling card. It's like, oh, man, it's shaking you up. I feel like it's shaking you up. Spirit, what you don't see, you don't see that a cycle is complete. You don't see that a puzzle piece is being fit into the piece of the puzzle that completes you, my baby. Spirit, what does pile number 4 not see about the situation? That you being activated into a state of flow, into a state of turning within. There's a feminine energy activation. For those of you who be like doing too much, that's why the beginning was saying y'all was doing too much, because there's that activation of like going with the flow. Fell right out the deck. I can't even lie. I can't make it up. Like, I'm in my bonnet, so I'm not on camera, but I'm telling you, I can't make the cards up. You don't see that it's time for you to just go within. It's time for you to be working on you. It's time for you to go with the flow. What you also don't see is that you have support. This card fell out in every pile. In every pile. Especially pile, I think it was 3. I was super emphasis on that. Like, you have support. You need other people. You don't got to do everything alone with the participation card. You got to see beyond. You listen, but what you also don't see, that this is a past life circumstance that you're transcendent in this lifetime, and whoever else is involved is like a whole big thing. That's what you're not seeing. You also not seeing that this is pushing you into a place of study. This is pushing you into a place of, a spirit wants you to close your eyes. What's crazy is every picture on this left hand side, their little eyes is closed. Spirit don't want you to be discerning and making decisions for. Spirit don't want you to be making decisions from, this is what I see with my two eyes. Baby, no. Spirit wants you to tap into your inner knowing, your third eye. Period. Point and blank. That's that simple. And Spirit also wants you to slow down. So a lot of y'all have been pulled out of situations and it's in this crazy ass energy because you need to slow down and complete this cycle in the way in which Spirit needs it to happen. Because let me tell you something. It's something that I don't really say a lot. But when you get a download, or when you get a feeling, or when you get an insight, or when you get a creative project, that's because Spirit has a certain amount of energy that it can give, that it has to give that type of information. So if you get that download, then you're the best person for that information to come through. But if you moving fast, or you working jobs that's not in alignment, then you missing the messages the Spirit is coming to you, or it's coming and you like, yeah, Spirit told me go play this number, but then you don't play it. Or Spirit told me do this, but then you don't do it because you busy with freaking life. So Spirit, this shit is shaking you up because Spirit says slow your ass down so I can give you all that I have for you. But I need you to go with the flow. Because if you trying to get on a plane and not cross the water, if you trying to get on a plane and not cross the water, then how can I give you what I have that's in the water? Like, the plane is not going to land in the water, baby. You need to be in the water, so you need to be in flow. Period. And this is putting you into that. This is activating that. This is activating, like, I see some of y'all getting into meditation. I see it. This is nice. Everybody's eyes is closed. Spirit, what steps does pile number 4 need to take? What steps does pile number 4 need to take? In his silence. Y'all need to start meditating. Nothingness. This card is pure black. Y'all need to just, y'all need to go within. Like, it's crazy because the other message was like, oh, don't isolate. Pile number 4, I feel like with y'all can do a little bit of going within, a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? And you could do that and still not isolate, but for sure, you need to be going within, because Spirit has answers for you that, look, listen, when I opened it up, I said some of y'all creativity is blocked. Okay, you feel disconnected from source. If you take time to meditate, go in silence, I'm talking about when you in the shower, just be in the shower, actually be in the shower, actually as you brushing your arm with the, that's called a walking meditation. When you're eating, are you worried about what you're doing after you eat, or are you, this orange tastes like this, it smells like this, it feels like this, being present. Like, these are meditations that you could do that don't require you to sit in silence. Dancing is a meditation. Singing, chanting, mantras, those are meditations. So Spirit wants you to really get into trance state. Spirit wants you to be on some whole other stuff. I'm telling you. Spirit also wants you to realize that you could break every chain. So there's spaces in which you need to be a rebel. So if you are an artist, I'm gonna just use this as an example. If you are an artist and there's a cause that you love, you can rebel in that space. You don't have to follow what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The message is heavy, look, and clinging to the past on the bottom. So Spirit wants you to let go of the past. This is that's always, I feel like that's always the overall message, but that's really been heavy with like all 4 of the piles. Is everybody letting go of the past. But your pile number 4 simple solution is Spirit wants you to go within. Spirit wants you to meditate. That's simple as that. Your issue was big, but your solution is simple as that. Silence, surrender. That's it. What's the outcome of this, Spirit, for pile number 4? Look at this. Consciousness. Look at this. Breakthrough. Look at it. And I'm telling y'all, like, I'm feeling like, when I opened it up, I said, I feel so sad. I feel like a lot of y'all is going through a crazy ass breakdown. But let me tell you something. With the breakthrough card, that's talking about a breakthrough. You only have a breakthrough because you had a breakdown. And a lot of people they go through a breakdown and they don't get through it. You understand? But you having a breakthrough means, it's like a balance of root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, busting out the seams. You also going to be tapping into consciousness. You also going to be tapping into who you are. You're going to be feeling connected to source because you done sat down and did the meditation. You also going to be able to see infinite possibilities. Answers that you didn't think that you was going to see, that you didn't know. All of a sudden, you know. Because you sat down to see. Like the possibilities card is like this hawk and he can see everything. Very visionary energy. Mind you, we're in her season. So this is like, yo, it's time to see. It's time to see the big picture. But if you don't sit down, listen, this is a balancing of femininity right here, B. And I say that because the visionary, she can see everything, dog. Like the leader, he leads, but that's because he asked the visionary, what do you see? And she said, this is what I see, my boy. And he said, all right, I'm going to make the plan. And then he makes the plan. This is you tapping into that part of you. A lot of y'all is great leaders. The control card came out. A lot of y'all can lead well. But spirit is now asking you to tap into the visionary because that's the strongest leader. He went to the person that's meditating. He said, what God want us to do? Oh, build this? We good. I got the plan. Because I listened to my own visionary in me. You got a visionary inside of you that has the freaking thing that you need to be doing. But you got to listen to it so that you can make the plan for the next steps. But you have to go within. As you go within, because I said the control card fell out, you're going to be dropping that need to control. It's like, ooh, once you in flow, it's going to be stupid. You ain't even know how to act. You'll be like, yo, everything is flowing for me. You ain't going to want to control nothing after that. You're going to be cool with the pivots. Oh, this happened. Cool. I'm on to the next. Because you're going to be so fortified and tapped in with spirit that can't nothing stop you. Oh, my goodness. What's the message? Let me get another message for pound number 4, spirit. I done switched decks now, y'all. What's the message for pound number 4? That they need to hear today. Look at this. Look at this. No matter how much you being pushed down right now, stand your ground, period. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and you will do this. You have to have more faith in yourself and be proud of how, yo, I'm telling you, when I started pounding before, I said, yo, this shit feels sad. But yet, through all that sadness, all the curveballs life throwing you, bang, 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 yo, if it was lemons, you making lemonade, my boy. Actually, you throwing them back and you telling life, don't throw nothing at me, bro. Like, like I'm telling you, you are dealing with situations in which would have broke you in the past, would have broke many, will still break mad people, dog. But you getting through it. So spirit wants you to really keep shining. Because what's going to happen, especially with this energy of you, listen, I feel mad purpose from this. You're going to be able to inspire those that are going through a like situation or that cannot see the other end. You feel what I'm saying? But that's because you got through it. You got through it. I'm telling you. So anyway, what's the energy my people got a pound number 4 that they need to embody as they move forward in this segment? Because this really, like, this is y'all went through the tower, but I'm telling y'all gonna be busting out the seams at the other side of this. I'm telling you. Okay, what's the energy? Yeah, 8844. Come on, that's 888 energy. I'm telling you, bro. That's energy that's moving you into the shit you're supposed to be doing. Look, advocate on the bottom, priest on the top. The energy that you're going to be embodying is the networker. So this means that you're going to be meeting people and building with people based on sharing of information, right? Awareness. Listen, this is why I said, even though you turning within and you go into meditation, that don't mean you got to be alone during the whole thing. Spirit wants you to build up your network because I'm telling you, you got a story to tell. You got an art piece to make. You got whatever is your lane, pound number 4. You gonna need other people to carry that forward. Like once you get your ducks in order, once you in meditation and you get your plan, spirit say this how we gonna do it. Then you gonna meet the team. You gonna meet the people that's gonna help you implement it. This is you getting into a priest-like energy. Listen, what you want to be careful of is conveying information just for personal gain. You want to be careful of spreading fear or false narratives. You want to be careful of being seduced by your own spiritual role and like thinking you better than somebody. Because really we all on a journey. We all just trying to, you know what I'm saying? But you got a story to tell. So this is the energy that Spirit wants you to embody. And Spirit wants you to look into, like, as you go through this, look into things that's important to you. Don't go into the next phase of your life with things that are not important to you or working on something that's not important to you. It's funny because in class, we're evaluating our values and how the things we do daily are actually tied to our values. And so that's that energy of like, whatever your next move is, if you tie it to your value, then you're going to be much more determined and resilient to actually complete it, because it's not tied to a small thing. It's not tied to, oh, I want money. Money is not a value, but the ability to help people is a value. I always want to help people. So now what I do is tied to that value. I'm always going to work towards that thing versus if I took that job because it was good money. Like, no, that ain't no value in that. Because you're not going to be motivated to stay. That means more money come you out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was time number 4. Thank you, y'all. And the video had got cut at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 33 seconds. So that's 7-7. So I wanted to say that for anybody that picked file number 4, because that could be a symbol for y'all.